Hello, everyone. It's Rachel, Arbonne, independent consultant and health adventurous. And I am checking in. I'm actually on week 4 of my 30 Days to Healthy Living Detox 2.0, which is the second time that I've done it this year. And I have to say, I really had intended to be checking in much more frequently, and I just haven't been able to do it, and it's okay. It's totally fine. But I just wanted to acknowledge that I haven't been checking in the way that I wanted to. I've had a lot of stuff on my plate, a lot of work stuff and a lot of baby stuff and a lot of foster care. Like I've had court twice this month and just a lot of stuff going on. So anyway, I did want to say that I really turned a corner in week 3. Week 3 is the week that we do the 7-day cleanse. And I think it was probably a day or two into that I had this sudden like, oh, I'm great. Like I feel so much better. Prior to that, I was feeling really crappy. Like I have to say week 2, and it was the same way. Last time I did it, week 2 was very, very difficult. I just felt tired. I felt achy. People have different experiences, but for me, both times I've done this, it's been week 2 that really has been the hardest. And I wanted to mention this because a lot of people quit at that point when they're really not feeling good and it just feels too hard. And I have to say, even me, like this was a really intense month for me. And I never thought really about quitting, but I cheated a couple times. Like I was not as clean about everything this time around as I was back in January when I did the detox. And you know what? It's okay. It's fine. You mess up and you get back on. You just get back on track and you keep me moving forward. And but what I wanted to say is I really want to just encourage people who are not feeling good at that point, like just hang in there because those are the toxins leaving your body and it affects people in various ways. Some people get headaches, but typically people just feel really like they don't have energy and they can't deal. It might even be toxic emotions that come up. But if you stick with it, it's like a surrender happens in your body and suddenly you're fine. So I do have to say my energy returned. I don't miss coffee anymore, which is wild. I'm good. I'm having maybe one fizzy a day and I'm fine. But it's something that you really, it's like, don't quit before the miracle. Like, it takes a minute to feel good on this program, but then when you do, then you feel better than ever. So now I'm in week 4. I'm one day into week 4. And what I know, for me, this is typically a time when you start thinking, or I coach people when I'm coaching them to do the detox, like, okay, I want you to start thinking about how you're going to come out of this detox and what you're going to add back in first, because you don't just start eating everything all at once. You add things in slowly. So you would just take the one thing that you miss the most and that you really want to add back in, and you would just add that in and keep everything else the same and see how your body reacts. Because that's really the only way you'll know if you have a negative response to that ingredient or not. So for instance, if you really miss dairy, that would be the first thing that you would add back in. And you do just dairy and keep everything else the same on the detox for a couple of days. And you see, maybe you have no reaction at all. Maybe you're fine with dairy. Or maybe you get a stomach ache and you don't feel good. So then you'll know, oh, dairy is actually not good for me. So that is how we do it coming out. But what I wanted to say is, hold on, babe, I'm almost done. What I wanted to say is that I have decided that I'm going to keep going. Like I'm going to seriously keep going because I've seen the transformation that is happening to people who are doing this program, but doing it over a series of months until they reach their goal weight and feel like they're where they want to be. So yeah, I'm going to keep going with it. I probably am going to add in, I may add back in coffee. That's the only thing I'm confused about. And I'm actually and it's not like I need it anymore. I just really love it and I want it. And I actually just received in the mail a sample of something that I'm going to make a video for right after this. That's a coffee substitute that I am testing out. So if you're interested in coffee substitutes, look for my next post, which should come out really soon, even maybe today. Yeah, just reviewing this thing called Dandy Blend that some of the people have been talking about in the program. So anyway, yeah, what I've decided is I want to keep going, and I have been losing 2 pounds a week. So I'm hoping that that just continues, and we'll take it from there. So that's all for now, and hope you're doing good.